What would you do if something worth less than $2 destroyed everything you had? Spend 11 years building? Imagine walking into work as you always do. You greet your co-workers. You clock in. You expect an ordinary shift. But before the day is over, your employee badge is taken away. Security walks you to the front gate, and your career's over. Not because you stole thousands of dollars, not because you hurt someone, not because you broke the law, but because of one cookie. Today's story is a fictional tale inspired by real-life events. The names, locations, and some details have been changed, but the lesson is one every workplace and every person should remember. Daniel Harper was 60 years old. For 11 years, he had worked at Iron Ridge Motors, one of America's largest truck manufacturing plants. He wasn't the loudest employee. He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the most decorated. But he was something even more valuable. Every morning he arrived early. Every shift he finished what he started. He treated everyone with respect. From new hires to senior managers, whenever someone needed help, Daniel was there. Whenever overtime was required, Daniel volunteered. Among his co-workers, one sentence was repeated again and again. If Daniel says something happened, you can believe him. His reputation had taken 11 years to build. He had no idea it would all be questioned in less than 10 minutes. It was a freezing winter evening. Daniel was working the night shift. The factory floor echoed with the sound of heavy machinery, engines, steel, conveyor belts. Everything seemed routine. Then, something felt wrong. His hands began shaking. His breathing became uneven. His vision blurred. Daniel knew exactly what was happening. He had lived with diabetes for years. His blood sugar was crashing. People who have never experienced severe hypoglycemia often don't realize how dangerous it can become. Confusion, loss of balance, fainting, even unconsciousness. Daniel needed sugar immediately. Not in 15 minutes, not after finishing his task. Now, he hurried toward the employee break room. Inside stood 2 vending machines. He reached for the first one, a chocolate cookie. Price, $1.95. He inserted his bank card. The machine processed the payment, then flashed a message. Transaction failed. Daniel looked at the screen. His hands were trembling harder now. He couldn't afford to argue with a broken machine. He moved to the vending machine beside it, inserted the same card. Approved. The payment went through. The cookie dropped. He opened it, ate it within seconds, waited a few moments. Slowly, his body began to recover. His vision cleared. His hands stopped shaking. Crisis avoided. He returned to work believing the worst part of the night was over. He couldn't have been more wrong. 1 week later, Daniel was unexpectedly called to human resources. He wasn't worried. After all, he hadn't done anything wrong. When he entered the room, several managers were already waiting. Their expressions were cold. One manager spoke first. Daniel Harper. "You are being investigated for theft." Daniel blinked. "I'm sorry." "What?" The lights dimmed. A surveillance video appeared on the screen. The footage showed Daniel reaching into the first vending machine and taking a cookie. Then the recording ended. The second vending machine, where he had actually paid, was outside the camera's view. Daniel calmly explained. "The first machine failed. I paid at the second one." The room remained silent. Nobody asked another question. Nobody checked another camera. Nobody reviewed the payment records. Instead, they handed Daniel a termination notice. "Please surrender your employee badge." 11 years ended in minutes. Security escorted him through the same factory gates he had entered thousands of times before. Only this time, he wasn't coming back. Searching for the truth, many people would have accepted defeat. Daniel refused. That evening, he logged into his online banking account. He searched his recent transactions. Then he found it. Exactly what he expected. $195? The payment had gone through. He immediately emailed the company. The reply came the next morning. "We need official documentation." So Daniel went to the bank, requested certified records, collected every document, submitted everything again. The company then contacted the vending machine operator. Transaction logs were reviewed. Machine records were checked. And finally, the truth appeared. The first machine had malfunctioned. The second machine had successfully processed the payment. Daniel had never stolen anything. Not a dollar, not a cookie, nothing. The phone call. A few days later, Daniel's phone rang. "Mr. Harper, our investigation is complete. You were right. We were wrong." There was a brief pause. "We would like to offer you your position back. You will also receive full back pay." Silence. Several seconds passed. Finally, Daniel spoke. "Thank you." Another pause. "But I won't be returning." The manager sounded surprised. "May I ask why?" Daniel answered quietly. "Because trust works both ways. I spent 11 years proving who I was, and it took only one misunderstanding for that to mean nothing. I've already accepted another job. I'll come back only once, to collect my toolbox." The conversation ended, not with anger, not with revenge, but with dignity. A company learns. The incident forced Iron Ridge Motors to confront a difficult truth, because sometimes the smallest things teach us the biggest lessons.